shocking. James has vanished early on the morning of his wife's birthday. Diep woke up in a panic to find the pillow beside her ice cold. Her husband, James, was gone. All that was left on the table was a scrap of paper stained with strange, dirty splotches, looking suspiciously like blood. Neighbors are whispering that they saw James sneaking into the deep forest at the crack of dawn, clutching a sharp machete with a grim look on his face. What is going on? Did the pressure of this poverty-stricken life finally push James over the edge? Did he run away because he couldn't handle life as a mud-stained farmer? Diep rushed into the forest to find her husband, tears streaming down her face. And when she finally found him, the scene before her made her collapse to the ground. Hit like and subscribe right now, and watch until the end to find out the truth behind this mysterious disappearance. You are definitely going to cry. That morning was Diep's 26th birthday. Last year, her birthday was held at a luxury hotel, and James gave her an expensive diamond ring. This year, they are on a hill. Their only assets are a wooden shack and a vegetable garden. Diep woke up. She reached out to the side for warmth, but felt only emptiness. "James," she called out, but no one answered. On the rickety dining table, there were no flowers, no gifts, and no breakfast. Just a piece of paper hastily torn from their daughter Nee's notebook. "I have something to do, won't be back for lunch. Don't look for me." There was a dark red stain on the corner of the note. Diep lifted it to her nose. The smell of rust. Or was it blood? Diep ran anxiously to the neighbor's house. "Ma'am, have you seen my husband anywhere?" "These now, oh mama freak." The neighbor whispered, her face serious. "Early this morning, I saw him carrying a machete, looking really intense, heading toward Dead Valley. It looked strange." "Did you two have a fight?" Diep's heart tightened. Dead Valley was the most dangerous cliff-ridden part of this forest. James was a rich kid, a man with soft hands who had never done hard labor. What was he doing in there? Fear invaded Diep's mind. She was terrified he was depressed after the bankruptcy. Terrified he was having suicidal thoughts. She hurriedly threw on a raincoat and rushed out to find her husband in the drizzling rain. While Diep was spiraling in panic in a secret corner of the forest, James, the former billionaire CEO, was wrestling with a log. He was wearing an old sweat-drenched t-shirt, his face smeared with mud. The blood on his hands wasn't from a wound. It was red tree sap and scratches from wood splinters. James was trying to build a swing. Ouch! James yelped, sticking his finger in his mouth. He hit his hand with the hammer again. He looked at the drawing scrawled in the dirt. "Managing 1,000 employees was easier than building this stupid chair," he grumbled. Beside him lay a pile of colorful wildflowers, daisies, lantanas, wild purple peonies. He had been out since dawn, climbing up to the cliffs to pick the most beautiful blooms. James checked his watch. "Shoot, it's almost afternoon. I have to hurry." James's plan: build a wooden swing, 100% handmade, decorate it with fresh flowers, and most importantly, bake a sponge cake using a rice cooker. Twilight fell. Diep had searched all day, but couldn't find her husband. She trudged back home, her eyes red and swollen. She thought he had truly abandoned her. As she stepped into the yard, She saw the house was pitch black. Suddenly, click, light from hundreds of fireflies, or maybe tiny battery-powered fairy lights, James rigged up, lit up the corner of the garden, right under the biggest ancient tree. James stepped out from the shadows. He wasn't wearing a suit. He was wearing dirty clothes, his hands and legs covered in band-aids. In his hands, he held a cake. It was a bit lopsided. The top was slightly burnt, and it had a single flickering candle. "Happy birthday, wifey," James sang out, his voice cracking a bit from nervousness. Diep stood frozen. She burst into loud sobs, running over and thumping his chest. "Where did you go all day? Do you know how scared I was? I thought you left me and our daughter." James clumsily set the cake down and hugged his wife. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I just wanted to surprise you." He took Diep's hand. She was still sniffling and led her toward the tree. There, a rustic wooden swing appeared. It wasn't gilded with gold. It was rough and clunky, but it was woven with brilliant, fragrant wildflowers. The ropes were braided tightly, though a bit ugly. Carved clumsily on the seat were the words, "Queen Diep's chair." Did you make this yourself?" Diep touched the scratches on her husband's hands, her heart aching with love. James scratched his head, smiling sheepishly. "Yeah, I don't have money to buy you diamonds anymore. The bank cards are all locked. I only have my labor. I remembered you once said you like sitting on a swing reading books under a tree. I spent the whole day making it." James invited Diep to sit on the swing. He gently pushed her. Baby Knee ran out, placing a crown made of grass and flowers on her mother's head. James cut the darkness sponge cake to serve his wife. "Try it. It's a little burnt, but the inside is delicious." I whisked the eggs until my arm almost fell off. Diep took a bite. The cake was a bit dry, with a faint smell of burning, but to her, it was the most delicious cake on earth. It was better than the gold-plated cake she had in Paris last year. She looked at her husband once, an arrogant CEO, now willing to wield a hammer, and saw enduring pain just to make her a rustic gift. James went down on one knee, holding his wife's calloused hands. "Diep, before I gave you credit cards, thinking that was everything. But now I understand the most precious gift I can give you is my time and effort. I'm sorry that I'm so poor right now. All I have to give you is this wooden swing and this hill of wildflowers. Is it enough?" Diep leaned down, kissing her husband's forehead, tears streaming down her face. "I don't need diamonds. I just need you. This is the happiest birthday of my life." The wind blew through the hill of flowers. The scent of wild blooms mixed with the smell of burnt cake and the sweat of the family's provider. Under the moonlight and fireflies, the small family of three hugged on the swing. It was strangely peaceful. Dear friends, there are things money can't buy. That is sincerity. A diamond ring can be bought, but a wooden swing made with heart is priceless. James proved that even without assets, he is still the richest man because he has love. What about you? What is the most meaningful birthday gift you've ever received? Was it the most expensive one? It was late at night. Baby Nye was fast asleep, still clutching the flower crown her mother made. James and Diep sat on the porch under the flickering oil lamp. Diep gently cleaned the scratches on James's hands, the result of building the swing that afternoon. "Does it hurt?" Diep asked, her voice full of pity. James shook his head. He looked at his hands. Before these hands, only held pens to sign million-dollar contracts. Now, they were becoming calloused and rough. It doesn't hurt. I just feel so useless. James sighed. Making a chair took me all day. Tomorrow, when we have to plant corn and potatoes to survive, I don't know if I can do it. Diep squeezed his hand. We'll learn little by little, honey. No one is born knowing how to farm. Tomorrow, I'll teach you how to till the soil. James looked at his wife, a steely determination rising within him. He is a man, a provider. He cannot let his wife struggle forever. He remembered the neighbor had a buffalo. You rest tomorrow. Let me handle the field work. The next morning, while Diep was busy in the kitchen cooking porridge, James woke up early. He rummaged through his suitcase, unable to find any clothes suitable for farming. Finally, he chose a white dress shirt already stained and rolled his dress pants up to his knees. He looked both funny and pitiful. James went to neighbor Uncle Tu's house to borrow the buffalo. Uncle Tu let me borrow this golden boy for a bit. Uncle Tu chuckled. Do you know how to handle him? Mong here is stubborn. James confidently adjusted his collar. Don't worry, I used to manage 5,000 employees. What's one buffalo? James led Mong the buffalo to the flooded rice paddy in front of the house. The challenge began. James stood on the bank. The buffalo stood in the field. Come on, Mong. Get down there, go move. James commanded in English out of habit. The buffalo stood still, eyes half closed, chewing cud, flicking its tail to swat flies, completely ignoring the chairman, impatient. James waded into the mud. Splosh. His legs sank deep into the sludge, his dress pants covered in black dirt. James approached the buffalo, stroking its head, and switched to his business negotiation voice. Listen, Mong, this is a win-win deal. You plow this field and I'll give you the freshest grass in the region. Happy cooperation deal. The buffalo seemed to understand. It nodded once, then suddenly swished its tail, hard slapping mud right into James's face. Then it bolted. James panicked, grabbing the rope, and was dragged across the field. Stop, help me. Chaos ensued. A former CEO, covered in mud from head to toe, sliding through the slime like a surfer trying to restrain a rampaging buffalo. Just as James was lying gasping for air, face down in the mud, helplessly watching the buffalo grazing nearby, a giggle rang out. Diep stood on the bank holding a lunch pail wearing a conical hat. Are you trying to compete in a swimming contest with the buffalo? James turned beet red, scrambling up and wiping mud from his face. It's because he has no cooperative mindset. I made a very good offer, but he wouldn't listen. Diep laughed out loud. She took off her sandals, rolled up her pants, and waded into the field expertly. She walked up to the buffalo, patted its rump gently, and clicked her tongue. Ho-dee, whoa, giddy up. Strangely, Mong the buffalo obediently lowered his head and walked gently under Diep's control. Diep turned back to look at her husband, her eyes gentle. Honey, you can't use management theory in farming. The buffalo doesn't understand English or business deals. It needs gentle reassurance and firm commands from a real master. You have to blend in with the nature, don't try to order it around. Diep handed the rope to James. Here, try again. I'll walk beside you. This time, with Diep by his side, James was calmer. He mimicked his wife's commands. Ho! Die! The first furrow was crooked like a worm, but finally the buffalo moved. James beamed. The feeling of conquering this stubborn buffalo felt even better. then signing a billion-dollar contract. The sun stood high overhead. The couple climbed up the bank to rest under the shade of an ancient banyan tree. James and Diep sat right on the grass. Diep opened the lunch pail. It was simple, just white rice, a few pickled eggplants, and some salty roasted baby shrimp. James held the bowl, his hands still stained with mud he couldn't quite wash off. He took a huge mouthful of rice, chewing ravenously. "It's so good, wifey. I've never tasted white rice this delicious before." Hard labor had changed his palate. He had learned to cherish every single grain of rice. Baby Nee ran out from the house, bringing her dad a mug of iced fresh tea nuoc voi. The family of three was laughing and talking happily when from the distance, on the dusty red road leading into Yawning Dog Hill, a car appeared. It wasn't a tractor. It wasn't a truck. It was a shiny black Mercedes. Luxurious, but completely out of place in this desolate wilderness. The car struggled up the slope, its engine roaring against the rough terrain, before stopping right in front of the entrance to James's house. James and Diep stopped eating. James shot up his instincts on high alert. "Who is that debt collectors?" Diep asked worriedly, clutching her husband's sleeve. James squinted. "Impossible. The bank already seized everything." "Maybe. It's Dad's people." The car door opened. A man stepped out. He wore a sharp suit, sunglasses, and held a leather briefcase. Flanking him were two tall, bulky bodyguards. The man took off his sunglasses, looked at the mud-covered James, and smirked a smile that was hard to read. "Hello, brother. Long time no see. I didn't expect the Prince of Wall Street to end up in such a state." James froze. He recognized this man. It was Mon James's sworn enemy in the business world, the man James had defeated 3 years ago. Now he was back. Mon stepped forward, extending a hand as if to shake, but really to mock. Hearing the Vu Empire collapsed, I had to travel all this way to offer my condolences. And while I'm here, I want to buy this land. 5 billion. Enough for you to pay off your debts and live comfortably for the rest of your life. Will you sell 5 billion? A colossal number for them right now. Diep looked at James. James looked at the barren land, looked at the buffalo grazing, then looked straight into Mon's eyes. James didn't shake Mon's hand. He wiped his palms on his pants, deliberately showing the dirt of a laborer. "Thank you for your kindness, but this land is priceless." Man threw his head back and laughed. "Priceless. This hill where dogs yawn from boredom. You're crazy, James. Swallow your pride." James took a step forward, shielding his wife and child. "It's not pride. Here, I have food to eat, clothes to wear, and my family by my side. This land is my father's sweat and tears, and now it's mine. Whether you offer 50 billion or 500 billion, I will never sell." James pointed to the road. "Please leave. Your car is polluting the fresh air here." Man's smile vanished. He growled, "Fine. Let's see how long you can play farmer. Sooner or later, you'll be on your knees begging me to buy it." Man turned and walked away. The Mercedes revved its engine and sped off, leaving behind a cloud of blinding dust. James turned back to Diep. She smiled with pride. "You did the right thing. We will never sell Dad's keepsake." But James knew the storm wasn't over. Man's appearance signaled a new war. That man never did anything without a reason. Why would he want to buy this wasteland for 5 billion? Does he know the secret of the Agarwood forest buried deep beneath the earth that James and Diep haven't even discovered yet? Dear friends, James refused 5 billion Vietnamese dong, even while dirt poor, Was it a crazy decision or the bravery of a real man? But the most worrying thing is, why did an old enemy travel to this God-forsaken place to buy land? Has he sniffed out the Augerwood treasure hidden underground? Can the peaceful life of this small family survive the schemes of these vultures? The answer will be revealed in the next episode. Hit like to support Farmer James's spirit and subscribe to see how James faces off against these dark forces. Goodbye and see you next time.